Client Conversations today. So we were just talking about spirits and what happens to your soul after you cross over, and I've done many videos on this. And her mom and dad popped through because she had just had a surgery, and there were little things that they were coming through with while I was doing her hair. And it was interesting because she, I was explaining to her that, sometimes when you don't believe in anything, you just stay in a loop or you get stuck. If you've had a trauma, end of life, or, you don't believe in anything, or sometimes if you're just in an indigenous tribe, then you stay with Mother Earth. So there's lots of different ways that a spirit or a soul gets trapped in the in-between and doesn't go right over. So anyway, we got on the subject about the trapped souls. And I said, well, I said, it's really traumatic for that soul when this happens. And she said, well, how long can they stay trapped? I said, thousands of years. And she said, really? And I said, yeah. And she goes, well, can you give me an example? So I was talking to her about a couple different, but one in particular that stood out was an older man. And he was kind of a biker dude. And I was working with him first time. And he said, the reason that I'm here is because my house is haunted. He said, I've had my house cleansed and blessed. He said, I've had people come through my house. He said, I've gone to other, healing practitioners, shamans, whatever. He said, I'm trying to get rid of this thing. And he said, it won't go away. And I said, well, what have you tried other than getting the house cleansed and blessed? He goes, well, this one practitioner told me to just start punching at it and make it go away, tell it has to freaking leave. And I said, well, obviously that didn't work out for you, did it? He goes, no, it didn't. And I said, have you asked it what it wants or what it needs? He goes, no, I don't want to do that. I just want it to be gone. And I said, well, unfortunately for you, your gifts, this person, you can see this person. That's called clairvoyance, right? So I said, because you can see it and it knows you can see it, it's going to keep coming back. And I said, it's looping and how it died, because he described what was happening and it was very descriptive and very unsettling. It was icky. So I won't go into that now. But anyway, that being said, it just kept looping and looping. And he said, it's always when I go to bed. And I thought, yeah, it's the same time every night, right? So anyway, it ended up that I explained to him that he needed help in learning how to use his gift and helping this soul cross over. And he wanted nothing to do with it. He's like, I just want to go back to my normal life. And I said, well, I'm sorry, that's not going to happen until you embrace your gifts. And the last time that I did talk to him, which was like a year or so later, he was still experiencing issues, even though he had moved from the house. Wasn't the same issue, but it was other issues. So it's very important for people to understand, if you are seeing spirit or you are experiencing spirit, you need to get the help that you need to help that spirit cross over or close the loop or the gap or the portal or whatever you want to call it. Because not only does it help that soul, but it helps the vibration and the frequency of the earth, and it helps you to stop being haunted. There's always that, right? Yeah, there are some places that I've gone that are known for haunted places, and that's fine. Those spirits want to be there. They don't want to cross over, and it's fine. So what? Then they stay there, right? But yeah, it's important to know that if a soul is coming to you and having a difficult time, it's because they want you to help them. And I have had other students that have struggled with this. So I have said to them, if you are uncomfortable, send them my way. Tell them to come see me. I don't care what time of night it is, what kind of day it is. I'll help them if I can. So I hope this helps you guys. Anybody out there that has had similar experiences or visits from souls or spirits that, just interactions that they would like to share, drop it in the comments below.